Hello, this is Final Chase with more Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy while I backflip instead of long jump. In this episode, I plan... well, I already know what I do in this episode, but I'm not going to tell you. I want to see how many stars you think I might have grabbed. I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious I'm going to get quite a few. This, of the 3 parts that I've recorded immediately starting this, I think I did the best in, actually. Now, between every entire episode, I always do save and quit no matter what, which is probably a good thing regardless. Anyways, what's the big thing about this one? There's actually quite a few sequence breaking in this one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the 3rd part, I feel like I did the worst in of the 3. There's a pretty good reason, actually. Mainly, it revolves around me dying a lot. Few too many, and I'm like, oh, right, the thing's over here. Yay, speedrunner fail. Some speedrunner I am at times. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna say I'm at least decent at this game. I mean, I'm going to say I'm probably not the best at this, though I think I'm better than a few people at this game. I think. I'm not sure how well other people are. I haven't looked, really. I kind of just skimmed at like all the other people who were playing, but kind of just like what they were doing. And one thing I'm wanting is probably a new capture device too, though. Maybe an HD PVR. That wouldn't be bad, except I don't have like $400 or $500 to spend. And because I'm going to go get a new computer here soon, I'm probably going to go to like Best Buy, which is like an hour away from where I live, unfortunately, for a decent electronics store that actually has a computer that's not terrible. Because the only other place I can think of is Walmart, and Walmart doesn't really give you that good of computers. Oh yeah, that question mark coin there, it does have a star in it. Well, rainbow star, but yeah. Not too much of it. Pound ground there is obviously faster, rather than just slowly descending down. Jump and go! And then I'm like, nope, ignored! Because I'm kinda like that. Besides, I ignore half these enemies anyways in this game. And then watch. Oh no! I failed! Oh god, no! And no matter, I make it up very easily. Look at that. I love the backflip wall jump combo in this game. It is so effective. Oh yeah, easy star bits. Yay! Oh yeah, the homing stomp is obviously whenever you pound ground, you have to spin just slightly before it all. It is extremely effective on this boss. Do you even count this one as a boss? I'm not even sure if you can. Anyways, it took me less than 3 minutes to beat this boss. Beat this level. Well, and get the star. So, I think you can kind of see the pace that's going to go on with this one. You can probably kind of see why I call this probably my best of the 3 that I made so far. It's a touch more than an hour and a half. I'll probably do more later, though. Oh yeah, in case you're kind of curious, like how these are going to be uploaded, I'll probably upload them probably every other day, probably. I mean, considering I've got a couple of things going on, these won't like go up separately on it. These will probably come up with like another video for the day, so just in case you don't want to see a speedrun or don't like my post commentary. So there you go, that's kind of the 2. Besides, typically I'm a quiet person anyways, and a speedrun makes me even quieter. Yeah, the combination really doesn't help there. I mean, I still like doing this, but... oh yeah, a major sequence break that saves you like almost a minute. If you don't do this, I don't know why you wouldn't, but... I mean, you can still go from like the bottom of the waterfall backflip up here. So I mean, even if you don't really want to long jump and then spin, I mean, there's still a way that you can sequence break here. I don't see why you would want to go all the way across that main island to do that. Oh yeah, and that's kind of one thing I do sometimes whenever I'm kind of flying, is just spin the controller around and then just kind of watch where, like, just spin around Mario for some reason. I don't know why I do that, it's just something I've always done. Anyways, this boss here, not too much to say about this boss, really. It's kind of pathetic. And I even stomped this guy even faster than I thought I would. I am not kidding! I beat this boss stupidly quick. I mean, this boss is an annoyance at best. Though this isn't the easiest boss in the game. This is actually probably one of the longer taking bosses. As hard that is to believe that after, in the middle of this, oh yeah, I catch a random star bit. I still don't get why the Bisu is the most used of all the powers, minus the star. I still don't get why the star is the most used, but oh well. It's the most available. Oh yeah, quickly took him down. Look at that. Not even a sweat broken. And then, oh yeah, the unfortunate part is whenever you jump, you immediately go into flying mode as a bee. So I can't long jump or backflip or anything like that. Kind of a reason why I don't really like the suit too much. I really don't like it. I try to avoid it as much as possible due to that reason. Oh yeah, also by the way, water, if you have a bee suit while you're in water, you lose your ability for the bee suit. If you caught that. Anyways, next level! Oh yeah, the Flip Switch Galaxy. This one's quick. This one's pretty easy to do anyways, regardless if you're speedrunning it or not. There's really not too much to say, it's just this little tiny thing. It's a very quick star. No matter what. This one, the worst you could probably do is die on this one. And there's not too many places where you could die on this map. On this frigging planet anyways. I mean, the only place you could really truly die is probably the electric gates. And even that I don't see too often. Well, I think I've done it maybe once, but that was my first playthrough. I think it was that, where I died to it. Oh yeah, speaking of getting hit by the electric. Darn you, Karma! I mean, jinxing myself. Most likely jinxing myself. Anyways, oh jeez, why am I doing that now? I've just started this and I already am losing track. Oh yeah, what I try to do here is triple jump, but look at that fail, and I'm like, no! I could have saved like 2 seconds! Which could actually be the difference. I'm kinda curious. Kinda like, who's gonna, like, I don't know, probably some of the video responses I'll actually look at. I'm pretty sure I will. I don't see why not. Who knows, I might be able to get some thoughts through. And, you know, kind of think like, oh yeah, I could do that, or I haven't thought of that. And it might just work. Making what they do as an advantage to me. Yeah, I don't know when I'll upload these, it'll probably just be randomly half the time. I mean, I've got 2 other Let's Plays I'm doing right now, one being a blind Let's Play and one being this. And the other one being Persona 4 still. Which reminds me I need to start making videos of that again. Oh man, I had a vacation. I took a vacation. That was fun. Well, I did get Super Mario Galaxy back. I didn't really want to... why did I... Oh right, I was collecting star bits. Yeah, I don't know what you would do if you said no. I think you'd still do this anyways. Anyways, with the Wii Motion Plus controller, it's... I don't know about this one. It doesn't really have too much of a difference to me. I don't feel much of a difference. There might be a slight difference to the feel of it, but I don't think there's really too much about it that's different. I don't know if it's affected or not. Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. If I don't have a second player, or else they would like help me collect star bits, though. I don't really want to try doing that just because. Anyways, for the first 2 videos, I know it took me 2 tries. Like the first time my computer froze, and then the second time it, like, my capturing device just completely shut down. I have no clue. I was at 30 minutes. I was a little bit at 30 minutes, pretty much. And then the thing crashes on me. I was like, oh, come on, I gotta do all this twice now. So, oh yeah, that's the first time I kind of won up in this so far. It's kind of funny, actually. Oh yeah, I remember, oh yeah, if I flip the controller up, I can do a mini jump, which is absolutely useless. I don't think there's a point where you could really ever use it and be effective. Like, maybe there's one spot where you can kind of sequence break, but if you do that, you would probably die anyways, and it's not worth it. Because it's at the very end of this. And I don't want to take this any longer than it needs to, and The only spot I could think of is like doing it right here. You might hit the bottom, but you probably have so much momentum you would fly right off anyway. So I just kind of like say, no, it's not worth it. Okay, don't be afraid to let go of the A button just like for a little bit if you really don't feel confident at it. I do this pretty fast, a minute, 2 seconds exact. Can't say that's too bad. I mean, that's pretty good. Though I think I've gotten it down to like 58, 59 seconds before. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh yeah, backflip right into the star. 4. This is number 8. 10 minutes in. I'm 10 minutes in with the part 2, and I'm at 8 stars. I have to say that's pretty good. Considering, if I'm remembering the verses right, I think they just got to that many stars at the end of 2 episodes. So I'm like, okay, might as well just... Since I have 9 stars now. Okay, I have 9. Okay. See, I'm even losing track of myself, and I've done this. I played this, and I forgot how many stars I get this quick. 10 minutes, and I get 4 stars. Okay, 11 minutes, okay? I can see a timer at the bottom. Oh yeah, that's also how I keep track of time in this speedrun. Just to make sure I don't go over by too much or too little. And that's kind of my response to a timer. I still want a different capturing device. An HD PVR would be nice. Though the priority would be a new computer. This computer is... Let's see, I got the junior year of my high school career. Like, at the somewhat of the middle of it. So, I've had this computer for 2.5 years, and it broke down once. The hard drive failed, and I had to get it completely replaced. And now it's kind of crashing a lot, so I'm thinking of probably just swapping it out. Oh yeah, I think it also manages to crash my internet a couple times too. More of a reason to probably get a different computer. Though I want to get a computer that's actually really good, so I want to make sure that I have it. Just saying, really. I don't want to buy like a crappy computer. Like, obviously I want a desktop computer because recording and I'm like, oh god. I'm surprised I actually even stayed on the foot after that. I'm like, oh geez. I have no clue how that happened, and then I kind of screw up here actually. Yeah, I lost my momentum. And then I take way too long to get up on this. Like, Mega Leg is not hard, though I make the boss probably harder than it should. I really do, and I shouldn't make it this hard. Because how I do this, and it's kind of stupid, it's... Like, I always try to get as many bullets to follow me, and then spin around the place, and then spin around until I have one of them hit, and then, boom, it lose all 3 of the bullet bills. I'm like, oh god, this is going to take me way too long. Yeah, this is kind of what I try to do, and then... Yay, I got 2 of the gates down, but they come back up pretty quickly, actually. The best way is to actually get a couple bullet bills to follow you, and then backflip into the gate. And backflip. And then, if you have like 2 bullet bills or something, and then... Well, theoretically, one should have passed around the gate and then make a legs high. Grrr! Hate that. It's annoying. Oh yeah, then that happens again, and I'm like, oh, you're right, backflipping. That trick kind of works. Because it's kind of the most effective way to do this. And then I lure the bullet bill in, and I win. Probably taking me a bit too long, in my opinion, to take down Mega Leg. Really, I don't know why I make it that hard. It should take me like 2 minutes to beat this boss. Like, seriously, it took me 3 minutes to beat this one. I feel like I could have shortened that one up a touch. But overall, with what I've done so far, I'm not doing too bad. Like, seriously. I'm not too worried. I feel like I'm going to hit at least the top 15. I'm pretty sure. Or at least, God, I hope I hit the top 15. Jeez. Though the big thing I think is going to come up at the very end with, like, after you beat Bowser the first time, because you have to beat Bowser twice at the final level in order to actually, you know, beat the game fully. I'm pretty sure at the end, you can that the timer fully ends is whenever you actually beat Bowser the second time with 120 stars. I think that's time. But if that's the case, then I'm just gonna kind of leave it as it is and just kind of see how it goes. She's talking about the power of the beacon in the middle. Unfortunately, I'm kind of going too fast. I can't even read it myself half the time. It's the fountain. It's quite relaxing. I do like fountains myself, actually. Quite nice, I must admit. Why am I saying that a lot? My sister's actually noticed that too. She's like, you know, you've been saying that a lot. I'm like, I'm saying what a lot? Like, I must admit. And I'm like, oh right, I am? Never thought about it. That's kind of the weird thing. Like, other people notice, but you never do yourself for whatever reason. That I always find is interesting. Anyways, I do like this level here, Space Jump Galaxy. I do like this level. This level's fun. Though for some reason I don't think I've actually finished all of it on this run so far for some odd reason. There's a very good reason to at least finish the basic 3 missions on this one. And I don't do it, surprisingly. I have no clue why, but I don't. It is the weirdest thing. But, yeah. Not too much to say about this galaxy. It's really the main thing that you kind of, like, start with the pole stars, really. It's kind of where you really are meant to get kind of good with the pole stars, and then I'm kind of like, wee, look at me go! And then I collect the quick star bits. I don't even collect all the star bits. And then, this is kind of where my controller starts freaking out a little, actually. Like, I don't know why, and, well, no, wasn't that my failed take, or... Oh, yeah, there goes my controller freaking out a touch there. I mean, you just see me spinning around the planet for some reason, just no clue why. Or, like, I turn away, like, sometimes my controller just does that for some reason. I have no clue why. Though I'm thinking about probably just switching the nunchucks because I think it's the nunchuck that I'm using that's kind of not as good as it probably should be. It's the one that came with the Wii Plus controller. I'm probably just going to swap it out with the other one that I have, since I have 2 now. At least. I also have a classic controller, though. I'm kind of borrowing that from my grandma, actually. She bought it for some reason. I have no clue why she did. Oh, yeah, because she could play, like, Tetris. It was like a Tetris game or something. I don't know. I don't really know much about it. I haven't really kept track of that. I just kind of... I was borrowing her sensor bar for a little bit since we used to have a wireless one, but the batteries in it didn't really work too well, and I don't really care for them. I think they kind of suck. Oh, yeah, another thing I don't like about it is the Toad Brigade's captain position there. You have to kind of backflip into it, so you don't hit his head and then you have to do it multiple times. I've done it multiple times to the point where it's frustrated me. I've jumped on the Toad Brigade's head and then like, oh god, trouble! Oh yeah, I think I do die stupidly here. Oh, yep. Look at that. I'm like, oh crap. Anyways, first death. Part 2 in about 18 minutes, a little past 18 minutes in. Okay, that's probably not what I wanted to do, but oh well, and that's why I always spin after that long jump there, or else I hit my head there. So I'm kind of playing a bit more cautiously. That's kind of my rule. Is like I'll do it extremely fast the first time. If I kind of fail at that, I play it very cautiously then, just to make sure I don't completely screw it up. Like my controller just almost made me do there. Yeah, that's kind of why I just want to swap over the nunchuck, seeing if it's that really quickly, because it was doing that to me earlier. It did that to me a lot at the final level, where I had died like 2-3 times due to that happening. Like, not even quick deaths, it was slow deaths, like by bullet bills that, like, barely got me into the lava and then killed me. Like, I'm not even kidding. It did that to me at least twice, which kind of frustrated me a lot. And another reason why is because I don't like cussing during, like, my videos. I kind of have a bit of a strict policy about that on myself. I try to avoid it as much as possible, even the ones people don't even consider swear words half the time. I even try to avoid that. I avoid savings so I can actually properly do this. Oddly enough, I don't go to the next galaxy, even though it's very quick and simple. All the mini galaxies have 1 star in them, except for one. Though I really do like that galaxy anyways, so I'm fine with it. Anyways, this year's Camella's Airship Attack. Very oddly placed in Space Junk Galaxy too. It's nowhere even remotely near it. I mean, though I do love the airship theme. That is one of my favorite themes from the Mario series. Blame the timpani drum. Blame the timpani drum. No, seriously, blame the timpani drum. That's the main reason why I like this one. Oh yeah, there's a Goomba in the boxes. Why? I have no clue. Considering it's its airship. Considering it's on its own airship, why would it do that? Let's see here. Actually, I do really good at this mission, actually. I'm surprised. Oh yeah, I say... As much as I like the Magic Koopas, I say you are ignored! No, seriously. It is one of the ignored! I say ignored, and it is so. Oh yeah, in here is a bit of a secret. No. Typically I wouldn't do this in a speedrun, but I'm doing it just so I can actually get star bits for this mission. Because I was at like, what, 10 since the beginning of this one? You don't get any friggin' star bits. Oh yeah, yeah, I don't know how it managed to miss, even though it looked like it hit him. Yeah, I was like, okay, I've got this. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is the second one still there? Why is the first one still there? Yeah, it must have just spewed at the ball of fire just perfectly. Oh yeah, quick little speedrunning tactic. Triple jump up here and then long jump. You actually save a bit of time. Surprisingly, I've kind of done a little bit of the time myself because it takes Mario so long to ascend and descend from that sling star. It actually takes way too long, in my opinion. Now, I got actually lucky with the Camella fight. Because typically Camella shoots at a ball of fire first round instead of a shell. And she doesn't do this once, but she does it twice. Actually, I think she does it all 3 times, but I just messed up the 3rd time because of what she does after this. She summons 2 of her minions. Now, these minions, unfortunately, also have the side effect of becoming more dangerous than the boss themselves. Like, seriously. I'm not even kidding here. Well, no, actually. Because... yeah. I'm like, oh god, don't fall off the edge. I almost fall off the edge there. I'm like, oh god, no, 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 no. Don't do that. Yeah, what I typically do is just get rid of the Magic Koopas. Because I don't like them. They are mean. They are mean things that I do not like. Anyways, that's another star. I believe that puts me up to 13 at this point. Oh wait, no, this puts me up at 12. Sorry. I have no clue where I am on these stars anymore. Those commentaries weird. Yeah, I'm at 12 stars now. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh yeah, another new galaxy. I think I do the mini galaxy actually. So, Rolling Green Galaxy is actually a very quick galaxy. All of the mini galaxies are actually very, very quick. And the main galaxies are the one you're really gonna worry about. There's no comets on the mini galaxies either, so don't worry about those either. You start getting those comets at 13 stars. It's exactly 13 stars, so don't go with that. They start appearing. Typically what I do, especially in a speedrun-like fashion, is get rid of those out of the way immediately. Like, if you see them, take one at least. Take one of them. Because typically they're in, like, all the comments are there once for one time, and then after you get a star, be it a real star or not, then they go away. And then you have to do it again in order for them to come back. So typically what I do is at least try as hard as possible to do every comment mission as early as possible before I beat the game once. Then you get another set of comments, and I'm like, oh god, move Mario! I don't know why it takes Mario so long to move at that point. Anyway, you can really pick up some speed on this and really make this quick. Though I always like trying to get at least a couple star bits every mission, because that makes less I have to grind for. Yeah, it's going to be impossible for me not to grind for star bits in this. There's no way I'm doing this without grinding star bits. Like, I won't be doing it until probably kind of later, but still, I'm going to be grinding for star bits. Probably not too many, but probably like 300-400 tops. And then you roll it right in, just like a nice little chip in. Yay, golf terms! That's from if you hit it into the hole from outside of the green. In case you're wondering. I've done it a few times. It's very interesting. I do like it. Anyways, another kind of reason why I always try to time, like, when do I want to do, like, this specific star, or this amount of stars, or, like, where do I want to be in, like, a certain galaxy, or a certain dome is probably more specific. Anyways, the prankster comments are now around, and that purple Luma is actually very helpful. You can get the comments moved around and all that. So if you're really worried about, like, comments really being an issue, you can just spend like 30 star bits there, I believe. Though unfortunately in Speedrun you don't have too many star bits you can really spend, so you kind of have to deal with what you have. So anyways, the unfortunate thing about the speedy comments, it's just a speedrun version where you have to do it quicker. There are very little changes. Like, I think there's one change in this entire galaxy. And that's the fact that instead of those rolling rocks with the gems in it, it's chain chomps. I think that's the only difference. Oh yeah, and it's at like 4 minutes timed. So it's like, oh well, that's nice. It's kind of a waste of a star, really. This really could have had so much potential, which they actually do fix in Mario Galaxy 2, which I like. Oh yeah, and they also spread out the galaxies a lot more too in number 2, which is also nice. Not gonna... well, there's no other way to look at it. It's just kind of like, oh, right. I'm also subconscious whenever when I'm about to say something. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to say that. So... I guess for people who are kind of newer to me, I guess I could kind of explain like what I am and what I do, really. Obviously, I'm a Let's Player. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I've got, like, no subscribers. I have tried to do this once before, but it didn't work out too well because my computer... that was whenever my computer first died on me. That and I was also starting to lose motivation because I was doing too many at once, and I wasn't getting enough of what I wanted. Unfortunately, this was also the time when I was also a bit more popular. Well, I had, like, 100 views on some videos instead of, like, 10, 15 now. Though I plan to at least get that somewhat changed at this point. Almost get hit by the Octogoomba. That is what they're called, which is weird. And then I just need to collect starbits like there's no one's business. Well, I mean, they're just floating there on their own, and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, hi. I think this is actually the fastest I've done this speedrun mission. Surprisingly. And in hindsight, after this, I really should have just stopped. I kind of did these kind of in a row. I just kind of saved quit and kind of started over really quickly. In reality, I shouldn't have done that. I had 2 failed takes already, though, and I can't even recover them anyway because both my computer froze and Pinnacle Studio, which is what I used to record, well, the footage, at least, not the audio. That's Audacity. I think most people use that anyways. It's actually very nice. I can adjust a lot. Like, I think I have my microphone volume just a little bit higher, just so I can easily, like, you know, make my voice actually loud enough to hear well enough. Though, I'm surprised this headset I actually have on right now is actually doing even fine. It's a very cheap version of a Turtle Beach. I probably should get a better headset, really, though. I've looked and I can't find them anymore. Which is weird. Okay, and then what I tried to do here, I'm like, wait a minute. Why is their Cosmic Race not there? Because that's a Honey Hive's comet that you gotta do. All the major galaxies have 2 comets, which I don't really care for. There should have only been 1. Though, that's neither here or there. Well, that is kind of my thing. There really shouldn't have been 2 comets on each of the galaxies. That's a bit overkill. So anyway, instead I just go over to the Space Jump Galaxy and do that comet instead. Might as well get most of the speedruns out of the way. There's only like 4, I think. Let's see, 1, 2... yeah, there's only 4. So might as well take out half of them immediately. Good Egg and Space Junk are two of them. The other two are later on. Anyways, I know I kind of started this one at 30 minutes exact, and probably shouldn't have done that in reality, but oh well. I'm not worried too much about it. He said you can give or take a few minutes anyways. Their first video they spent 35 minutes on. I think I can have one that's kinda longer. I mean, seriously. Well, I actually do have the next two kinda longer. Oh well. It also did have one shorter immediately, so take a pick. It'll be fine. I'm pretty sure they'll allow it. I don't see why not. So, yeah, my main Let's Plays are actually RPGs. I don't typically do too many action games. Though I've been trying to fix that. I've been trying to do more, not RPG-ish games, but I'm kind of doing two long RPG projects right now. Both Xenoblade, which I've been wanting to do, so I just thought, oh yeah, well, I might as well do it blind. And then Persona 4, which I've beaten, I think, well, I've beaten through it 1.5 times. I got to almost the end, and then I was like, oh god. And I was kind of thinking, like, okay, I didn't do very good on, like, half this. And I'm like, oh god, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh god, no! Like, okay. I kind of had the immediate mindset is like, I'm going to do this once. If I do die, I'm just going to quit. Because there's no point, because you start back all the way at the beginning, and I'm like, I'll just keep the fail in, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I have no clue how that happened like that. I think I just tried to rush it, really. Though that's kind of the thing of the speedrun, you try to rush every last thing you do. Oh, not too much about it. This is actually probably one of my slower runs at this galaxy, surprisingly. That I put in a speedrun, oddly enough. Oh well. Now, my video froze, well, the Pinnacle Studio thing froze right at about this point. After doing all those previous stars, too. Mind you. I am not kidding. The thing froze at about this point. So I was a little mad at this point. I really should have just quit after this part, but I went and did another one. You'll see kind of what I mean whenever I actually do that one. Whenever I actually do commentate over that one. Which I probably will do right after this anyways. So I've been talking for about an hour. So probably should get a drink of water at least. Probably take a 5-minute break. Commentate over that part too. Though my voice isn't completely hoarse and dry. Yeah, that probably would be nice. Actually, I can already tell my voice is kind of starting to lose it a little bit. Oh well. But anyways, I'm gonna... Obviously, this is an episode here with 15 stars at this point. It's kind of amazing, actually. So, in the next episode, we shall be going through another galaxy or two. I already kind of... with more stars, obviously. 15 stars at this point. That's pretty good. So, we're gonna see how many stars I can get in the next one, huh? Oh yeah, and also enemy base. Yeah. So, see you guys.